It's PinkPuff and Our Revenge. I've beaten it in its new version. I had to change a couple of things. Yes, I'm at level 50 with max stats. Even that wasn't enough. The problem is, it was multiple problems. The attack cannot be evaded. I've stacked so much evasion, still it always hit. So I think giving an enemy 255 accuracy is just, well, that means it's always going to hit. And I kind of like that. I programmed PinkPuff to hit less often. Well, actually, no. It's PinkPuff has gone through different iterations. The one I now hits kind of as often as in the first video I showed you. I changed something though. Now PinkPuff does more different attacks. Has a total of 8 now, and that makes the battle more random, more interesting, and also more doable. Another thing I changed is that PinkPuff originally had 20,000 hit points and regeneration, which meant you basically had to do 2,000 damage per turn in order to ever have a chance of killing it. Well, that was impossible. Really, it's just not possible to do 2,000 damage a turn against an enemy with his stats. So I changed it to 6,666, and I turned off the regeneration. Even with regeneration, that turned out to be too much, because then you would have to do more than 666 damage per turn. And even though it's possible, you'd have to do that for quite long. So now it's no regeneration, which also means PinkPuff is not susceptible to certain weapons that hurt regenerating enemies. So let's look at the attacks, and I might want to rebalance this fight so that even a fully geared, fully leveled team has a 50% chance of winning, even if they press all the right buttons. I want it to be just very hard, not only challenging, but just hard in that you have a low chance of making it. So that when you do it, you feel extra happy. But this is my first go at this, and it's completely new incarnation. I recently added a new spell called Puff. Oh, I haven't changed the name yet. Okay, I forgot about that. Well, now it's if PinkPuff does it in this fight, it's going to be called Sting. But I'm going to change that to Puff, and that should really hit hard. So there you have it again. It's Evil Stare. No point in casting Invis. No point in casting Shield. So we'll immediately do Wall. The Viking does okay damage when attacking. Another Wall and a Haste. There you go. And the best spell against PinkPuff is Flare, because that does quite a lot of damage compared to other spells. I doubt you can beat PinkPuff with a party without Flare. I really doubt it. No big deal. It's an extra boss, so I don't think that's a problem. Okay, now he'll probably cast Flare. That's why I'm going to cast Heal 4, because in case it hits and one of us survives, I still want to get full life again. And we're going to start flaring. Oh, okay. Somebody got hit. It's not a big deal. The cleric is the least important character in this fight. So keep casting Flare. Tornado also does a bit of a damage, but Flare is by far the best. Oh, that was close. So now it casts Tornado, which is pretty weak. I'm fine with that. I want this fight to be somewhat doable. Okay. Nice. 900. And we have full life again. So this is going really well so far. Flare is up next. We'll survive that. I've never seen a flare that has done 999 damage. Oh, well, getting hit. If only Phoenix down or life worked in battle, this game would be so different. When designing this game, you have to be so conservative and with insta-kill attacks. I wish it was different. We're running out of flares, but that's a good sign. That means we're almost done with... Well, I should have realized he would have cast flare. I'm going to do this one then. Nope. It's time for Tornado. The next best thing. PinkPuff seems to cast spells more often than abilities. It's a shame we didn't get to see Puff. We didn't even see Nuclear. I have an idea that's why the case. I'm going to see if I can change that. Okay, so we beat it. Max gold, max experience, and 65,000 gold. You don't see that here, but we have 300 something, and now it's 378. So it can be beaten. I will change the PinkPuff fight, but I think this gives the gist of it. If it's much different, I'll upload a new video and give a new one of that. I'm going to try to give PinkPuff more access to its effects, like Nuclear. We did see Tornado, so sometimes it does cast the extra spells. I wonder why. It could have been random. So I'm going to try this fight a couple more times to see what's the deal with that. And well, if this is the last video, I want to thank you for watching. It's there's not much left I'd like to film. If you want to hang out a moment, I want to show you one thing I added. Oh, I have to walk this distance. I want to show you the new graphics I made recently. Will these run away? At level 50, it seems everything runs away, but not these people. Not these folks. Okay. So I said earlier I wasn't happy with the Queen sprite, so I made one. Here you go. Look at that. Fancy dress she has, right? I'm using a filter, so, but I guess I'll have to turn that off if you want to see the exact way it is. But I'm quite happy. Standing still too. The older version would keep wobbling its legs like this guy. So proud of that. The last two things I want to change are the ability to run away. If you happen to know how to program this game, please tell me how you could change that. It's currently set at 15. I want it to be 20 or 25. And the other thing I'd like to change is the use of the loot and rod, which simply don't work. I would like them to work so that the Temple Fiends is the way it should be. So I want to thank you for watching. I had a lot of fun making these, and an extra shout out to On Our Last Life, Ralph. He watched these videos, so he probably will hear this too. And I really love seeing his videos. So part of this adventure has a lot to do with him being around, me checking out how he plays, and you know, knowing that he's watching this too has also made this more interesting. I have to thank the original PinkPuff for making this version of the game. It really blew my mind, having 12 classes and all those extra dungeons. 80% of what you've seen in this mod that was different from the original is her work. So big shout out to her. I want to thank Jeff Ludwig for all the mods he's done, and he showed me a lot of aesthetics, which I enjoyed, like the amount of gold you should have in this game. It was very inspirational. So seeing his work has helped. And well, I don't have their names on me, but I want to thank all the playtesters. There have been about 10 of them, and they've said all kinds of things that they've enjoyed it. It means a lot to me, hearing that they really like this mod. I've heard some have pointed out some mistakes I've made, some things that are weird, which I've been able to change with workarounds or not. I mean, I'm still concerned about that waterfall on the map. If you look at that, it's blinking. There's nothing there. I wish this was blinking here. Maybe I can put the waterfall here somehow or something. This square, it's not right. So this map isn't completely correct. Actually, I think that's a good idea. Maybe I can put this here somehow. I don't know, but that's something I also like to change. So thanks again to all the playtesters, and thank you, Cynthia, for also being a playtester. She's my girlfriend. You meet her here. So it's always fun seeing her around here. And I hope she beats this game one day. She beat Garland, and it was pretty well done. And she said she kind of liked the game, so who knows? And like I said, Martina is also in the game. Joris, the Grave in Elfland, that's a friend of mine and a friend of Cynthia's too. And we like to poke fun at him. He was the first playtester of the game. He didn't get very far. I also think up until the Portland. He did point out, though, that there were snakes at the beginning of the game, that they poisoned him, and that he had no idea what to do, so I took them out. And so I want to thank him for that. And but I'm a bit disappointed that he stopped playing and he started playing Pillars of Eternity, which is probably an excellent game, maybe even better than this, but still, I think it was weak. So I killed him, and so that's that. See you around.